We have what could be some huge breaking news for AMC stock. This is what I would say is great news right now. This could be huge news or a huge potential upside catalyst if we do see this escalate into something larger. I hope you guys are ready for this video. In this video, we're going to get into this news with AMC stock. We're also going to go over just the pure data behind AMC stock, where we are in this cycle, what I think is coming next, all of those key questions that you guys might have. So hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. It costs you free 99, absolutely nothing to do so. So let's go ahead and get into it. And there's actually a couple different things that is a little bit of great news. Now, this one I think could be big news, fundamentally speaking, right? That could get the stock moving big to the upside. Adam Aaron says now, this was like 10 hours ago. He says now at AMC's U.S. theaters, AMC Cinema Suites, 4 absolutely delicious premium gourmet candies, chocolate-covered pretzels, almonds, raisins, and peanuts. AMC Cinema Suites, featuring a true high-end quality of chocolate, and there is more of it. Yum, more chocolate. Enjoy. Okay. This right now, candy being sold in AMC theaters, okay, it's great news. AMC's pursuing this avenue. I think this could be good. Candy tends to have, pretty good margins. It could be a pretty lucrative business. Think about, your candy brands, right? They do well. If, popular candies, you go into a Dollar General, all of those candies on the shelf do well for their companies. If this is something Adam Aaron and AMC could get into Walmarts, into, dollar stores, Dollar Generals, I should say, really promote this on top of the popcorn, that could be big for AMC stock, because you got to think about it like this. AMC's market cap is just over $1 billion. AMC brings in just over $1 billion on average every quarter. To get even $50 million a quarter off of popcorn and AMC's own candy, right, would be moving the needle for AMC. That would be about a 5% boost. Could be bigger than that if they actually decide to go down this avenue. So I don't know how much this will actually affect AMC stock, coming tomorrow. Presumably their own candy should have, better margins than that. It's probably going to be pretty expensive at that. So I don't know how much this is actually going to move the needle, at least at first, but it will down the line. Personally, I want to see some white chocolate pretzels, white chocolate covered pretzels. Oh my gosh, those things. I think the brand is Flips, off the chain. Okay, so definitely want to see where that goes, and that could turn into a real needle mover for AMC, which markets are forward looking. So Adam Aaron could just announce that they're going to pursue, putting their candy into stores, and that would probably be a pretty positive thing for AMC stock. Now, Adam Aaron also says the buzz on the movie The Color Purple is really strong, in part because its producer, Oprah Winfrey, is spreading the word as only she can. Opens Christmas Day at AMC theaters. Now, obviously, Oprah Winfrey is one of the richest females in the world. She's very inspirational to a lot of people, right? A lot of females in particular do follow Oprah and like what she is about and what she's done over her career. And let's be honest, females are big spenders. If you ever had a girlfriend, a wife, a daughter, anyone, you understand that, okay? Females are very much spenders, and that's great. I love females more than I like dudes, to be honest with you. But that could be good as well. Just getting hype publicity around this film is really what you need to see right now. You need to see a film do well. Some of the films that have went to theaters here recently just have not done that great. So that really hasn't been encouraging for just the theater business itself. It seems like 2024 could be a pretty dry year, at least the first half of 2024. So any film that is promising that could do well is going to be good news for AMC stock. Now, before we get into other things in regards to AMC, I do want to point this out. It's from FX Evolution. He has a YouTube channel. I think great information, just straight down to the data on broad markets. He also has this X account. You can go ahead and follow it. He posts some great things as well. He says smart money versus dumb money. Update time. He says, we have not seen a divergence between these indicators since the highs in July and August. These divergences can run for some time. It generally suggests being cautious to price action switches is best. History suggests that returns of negative 1.1% have happened over 2 months in similar situations. One crucial point to highlight is that according to Goldman Sachs, CTAs again started buying last week into the OPEX, suggesting the market might push higher still as it turns parabolic. And here you can see dumb money in the red and smart money in the blue. You know, they're not aligned as much right now. But you are seeing both dumb money and smart money pretty optimistic on stocks. And this is, honestly, I think good news. This could mean stocks could go higher from here. Maybe dumb money was just right? We were first to the cake, we were first to the pie, we were first to the party, and now everyone else is showing up. And I think that is what you are seeing here with smart money. As smart money does pile more money into stocks, that's probably going to be good for a upside move in our markets. And that's going to be good news for AMC stock. I do hold true to the belief that interest rate sensitive names will outperform AMC. It's not the most quality name out there. It's definitely fundamentally been improving over the last 2 years, and you definitely want some quality that you're buying. AMC's not, the lowest of the barrel as well. I think AMC can also benefit from liquidity coming back into our markets, because let's be honest, 2022 and 2023, there has just been no liquidity. There's 6.2 trillion in money market funds, probably a similar amount of cash in cash on the sideline. There's probably, 4 or 5 times that amount that has bought treasuries recently, right? There's a lot of money that is not participating in our markets. Now, this post from FX Evolution is also interesting. It says the cost of SPX 3-month 100 by 95% put spreads, percentage of SPX, is currently at its lowest. According to Goldman Sachs, now is one of the cheapest times to buy protection over the last decade. And here you can see the chart itself. It might be a little bit hard to see. I might be covering this up a little bit, so we'll just zoom out. It's never been cheaper to buy protection besides a period in 2017. That can either be a sign of maybe it's a good time to get some protection on your portfolio. The protection just means buy puts. Puts are cheap right now relative to volatility and your break evens. But it can also say something is really shifting in the markets, and now is maybe a good time to be bullish. Now, not on certain sectors, let's be honest here. Take a look at, QQQ or SPY. I mean, QQQ, pull this one up. You're at all-time highs, right? I believe the SPY, same, right? At all-time highs. I don't think the indexes make a lot of sense here, okay? We were calling for this breakout. On the QQQ and the SPY, you've had an inverse head and shoulders. You had the handle right here, or cup and handle. Sorry, cup and handle. You had the cup, you had the handle, and it was no surprise. You broke out to the upside. I expected we would. But here, considering the mega cap names are the ones that really control the broader indexes, I think money going out of Magnificent Seven names, Apple, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, you've already started to see that, could actually be very positive for AMC, for small mid-cap stocks, even something like a Tesla that is interest rate sensitive, but still, a quality name. So definitely keep that in mind. Put protection is pretty cheap right now. So if you are a little bit worried, then you definitely have that avenue that you can pursue to maybe get some protection on your portfolio. Now, let's take a look at the Stocko tracker data here for AMC stock to start off this new trading week. You do have about 4,000 calls currently in the money, 55,000 calls out the money, 15,000 puts in the money, and 22,550 puts that are out of the money. So definitely some option activity, not the most option activity, but coming on Mondays, we normally do see that Friday's activity start to get reflected here in this Stocko tracker data. And when those numbers are actually reflected, I think it's going to show a lot more option activity for this upcoming week than the numbers currently show as of right now. Now, let's go ahead and take a brief overview of AMC, take a look at the option activity, the short positioning, all of that. Look at the charts for a second, then we will wrap up this video. So option activity as of Friday in AMC, you see 9 orders totaling $750,000 with a positive order value of 47%. So basically neutral, right? And there was a lot of option activity on Friday. $750,000 nowadays in AMC options is quite a bit. I also reported on this on Friday as well. I think it's very imperative that everyone hears this. The sentiment on Stocktwits with AMC is very bearish, right? The sentiment is bearish, but the volume, the message volume is high. So that just shows people are bearish on AMC. Clearly, the sentiment is bearish, but there's a lot of activity. I just want to know there is activity in AMC. Sentiment changes, right? Goes back and forth all the time on any given stock. There's always going to be, good and bad times, more good, maybe times slightly better than another time. The sentiment's going to change, but you definitely want to see the volume of, messages, interactions, conversations around AMC remain high. And it looks like we're continuing to see that. So that is good if you are in the camp that AMC stock could move higher from here. Now, over the past week, you had 20 orders totaling $1.74 million with a positive order value of 50% for the total option activity. Now, for this upcoming week, open interest on the call side, 61.03%. Open interest on the put side of 38.97%. Put to call ratio as far as volume on Friday was 0.64%. Put to call ratio open interest is 0.64%. Put to call ratio volume on Friday was 0.44%. So definitely a decent amount of calls relative to puts, over 2 times as many calls to be specific than puts for this upcoming week. Now, taking a look at these short interest numbers, keep in mind, I don't think these numbers are correct, but we're going to go over them because I think it's fair to all of you guys to know what the actual showable numbers are. I think the numbers are hundreds of percents. You can think what you want. Here's the legal numbers. 8.52% short interest on free float. That's literally laughable. $141 million worth of short positions currently in AMC stock. Days to cover 1.03. 21.05 million shares currently sold short. I don't know why I always click off. 9.97 million shares currently out on loan. Cost to borrow 1.19%. Utilization of 22.6%. And a short score of 49.64 out of 100. So obviously not the most squeezable data. If you believe those numbers, AMC stock is never going to squeeze with 8.5% short interest. Now, taking a look at the RSI, that is at 38.96. So definitely on the lower side. The MACD is positive and actually trending higher, curling higher. So that could be good news here to come, throughout next week. Now, on a technical basis, AMC stock is sitting near a multi-year low. So I think, with liquidity coming back into our markets, AMC stock is just so low that I don't think it takes much to rally at this point. I think we've gotten the dilution out the way. The bad news has come and went. Sure, will there be dilution in the future? Maybe, but probably not in the near term. And markets around AMC are always focused on the really, really near term. Let me know what you guys think about this information down below in the comment section. Hit the like button as well as subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.